One thing about TikTok is anything can go viral, and it's not always about how likable the content is.
¿Por qué me miras así?
Recently, I've noticed a new name taking over the platform spotlight, Ashley Trevino, or inmate hopper, and more. She's been popping for a good minute now, but her rise to fame really stems from her controversial relationships, including dating inmates, and more recently, a 19-year-old named Santos. Her live streams are frequent and sometimes feature intimate aspects of her life, while contributing to her rapid rise in popularity. She recently experienced a massive wave of unfollowing, only to somehow hit 1 million followers again. It really makes me wonder, who on earth is following this woman? Her live streams have skyrocketed up to 80,000 viewers, which is absolutely insane. And now, I'm gonna do my best to explain of how the lore of Ashley Trevino started. Ashley Trevino, a TikToker influencer from Texas, started posting on social media in April of 2024, sharing selfies and lighthearted content. She first gained attention from her unusual focus on dating inmates, which led to people calling her the inmate hopper. So in June of 2024, Ashley Trevino started dating an inmate named Jesse who had just been released from prison. I'm not too sure why he was in prison, but that's for another story. Anyways, she fully supported him. He left her about only a week after, and during their short time together, she even got his name tatted and said later that she didn't regret it. Things from the part when she caught him talking to his ex-wife while they were staying at the hotel that she had paid for. After the breakup, Ash kept going live, often with her 2 daughters drinking and crying about Jesse. At one point, she even claimed that she was pregnant with his child and said that her and her daughters would raise the baby together.
If I'm pregnant, I am planning on keeping the baby.
And later, it came out that she wasn't actually pregnant and she had only made it up to try to keep Jesse in her life. Oh, and I should note this. This was around summer of 2024. Ash was still living with her parents and her 2 daughters who are minors. After her very public crash out with Jesse due to the breakup, she then brought her 2 daughters to stay with her at the hotel that she was previously staying at with him, which is a little weird. But anyway, she continued going live with them. She wouldn't show their faces at this time because she didn't want them to be on the internet, which is understandable, but then very contradicting to what she does later on, and you'll see. Even after the very public, very messy breakup, Ash said online that she was still in contact with Jesse and was still even doing favors for him. This is really when she started gaining a lot of followers and dedicated gifting.
I think Jesse brought me a lot of drama and a lot of hate because before he came home, my life was okay. It was decent, but I feel like he fed into the trolls. He fed into them, you guys. I caught him commenting back to them. He was following one of the troll accounts.
She had blamed Jesse for all the drama and hate she was getting online, but still kept talking about him. Was also exposed later on for offering him money to collaborate because she knew it was getting her a lot of views.
Good publicity, bad publicity, it's good. It's everything is good. Like you're getting these idiots to send you gifts and all that shit. You know what I mean? So do it.
Now to her very infamous nickname that a lot of us know her by, and she seems to be proud of every time she talks about it, inmate hopper.
I promised my husband at the time that I would never talk to another inmate. And he said that if I ever talked to another inmate, then he couldn't forgive me. But I wanted to make him mad because I felt like he hurt me by talking to these other pen pals. So I talked to these other inmates. Well, then in December, he filed for divorce. And then I met a free world guy. If you want to subscribe to me, y'all can comment. But if you don't subscribe, then you cannot comment. But go ahead and tap that screen, you guys. And so then in December, I met a free world man. We went to the casino. We went everywhere together for like a month. He brought me flowers to my house, roses for my birthday in January. And then he got psycho too. And then he had like a psycho ex that like started hitting me up. And I was like, I can't do this, bro. So then we broke up. And then my divorce with my husband was final on February the 24th of 2021. And you guys, I swear that was the worst day of my life. Thank you for the goggles, Ashley. I swear that was the worst day of my life, you guys. When I called to the courthouse and I asked them what the verdict was on my divorce, they were like, ma'am, you've been divorced since this day. I wanted to cry. I mean, I was crying, you guys. We had patients at the office and they were like asking my manager, like, what is wrong with her? And she's like, she just found out some bad news. Like, she just found out some bad news. I hit the ground, you guys. Okay, that was the worst divorce I ever went through. And so then I didn't care after that, okay, you guys. So then I started talking to inmate after inmate after inmate in 2021. Anybody y'all gave me, I was writing them. I didn't care. So then that's when the inmate hopper name came about, actually, like in 2020. So I was an
Honestly, first of all, I've lost track of how many guys she's dated before or after Jesse. But what I do know is that she ended up marrying an inmate that she had known since he was 9 years old. That's actually sick. She talks about this on live very publicly with no shame actually. They were actually married and they went through the whole process together in 2019. There's even photos. I'll show them right here. Mind you, this guy is 6 years younger than her and she try to downplay this story a lot, like it's not a big deal, but listen to it yourself and tell me what you think.
Isaiah was a minor when we met, but I didn't date him when he was a minor. I didn't date Isaiah until Isaiah was like 24 years old. Okay? Isaiah was 24. I've known him since he was 9.
I'm not even joking, but this woman seriously needs help, and she needs to stay away from minor guys.
Because he is 29 right now. He's 6 years younger than me. So he's 29. I knew him since he was 11. I knew him since he was 11 and I was like 15 or 16, maybe younger, because I was like 15. So he had to have been like 9 when I first met him. He used to go to our church. I remember telling his mom, because I always thought he was a cute little boy, you know, but I was older and I was already dating the kid's dad, so I couldn't be with him, you know. And then as I got married, you know, I used to always tell his mom, because he grew up quick. So I would tell his mom, like, I'm gonna be your daughter-in-law one day. I'm gonna be your daughter-in-law one day. She's like, no, you're not. My flaco's too young for you. Well, then in 2019, I reconnected with her flaco.
Going on to July 2024, Ash was doing a lot of TikTok live battles, which made her support grow even more. She started making good money from her live streams and eventually moved into a 2-bedroom apartment after living with her parents for a lot of her life. Her parents even actually raised her 2 children, and that's literally her words. They raised her children because she didn't know how herself.
And so I'm learning to be a mom on my own and live on my own with my kids, just me and them. It's not easy. So just like a new mom, fresh mom is learning, I'm learning how to grow with my children because I've always had my parents. My mom literally helped me raise my oldest from the day she was born. I've been out on my own for 4 months. I'm learning how to raise them. I've raised them, yes. I've literally raised them since they were born.
She thanked her followers a lot for helping her make it happen, but with more attention came more hate and people started dragging her family into it. Ash said TikTok was causing problems with her family, and that's one of the main reasons that she also moved out.
It's like that. And to be honest, TikTok caused a lot of problems between me and them. So that's why I moved out. I've never been open with that, but yes, you guys. My parents were getting asked and I told them I would move out. So I moved out.
Ash would continue her lives for hours and started showing us a glimpse of how it was living with her and her 2 daughters. She would cook for them often, and they were a lot of pre-cooked or frozen meals, which nothing's wrong with that, you know. But when she showed her grocery haul of what she had bought, there was no single fruit or vegetable in sight, which concerned a lot of people.
Yeah, literally we have all kinds of chips. And then we have Bulldog, we have cupcakes, we have boxes of chips, more boxes of chips down here, like Nutri-Grain bars, waters, sodas. For those of y'all that don't like me, I got my pizzas. I want to try these. I've never tried these. And yes, I drink water. There's Fiji, 2 bottles.
People really started noticing that her priorities seemed off. Her apartment, first of all, had no furniture. She was constantly showing off her new nail sets and designer stuff.
My suitcase was $200.
I just paid my cousin's tab and it was $400.
I'm sorry, y'all can't afford this. Sorry. I've already made $600.
Around this time, Ash was getting fairly closer to another TikTok creator named Heartbreaky, who invited her to Disney World the following month, which was kind of a big deal for Ash because she was now making her big girl money. And she went on the trip, but she didn't take her kids, which ended up confusing a lot of people because she claimed to be doing well off financially. And who doesn't think to consider taking their kids to the happiest place on earth? Like, hello?
I didn't take them to Disney because my kids do not fly and they had school. My kids had just started school.
Seems like Ash is the one who's self-sabotaging these personal relationships in their life because not too long after the Disney trip, people started noticing that Heartbreaky and Ash were not going live anymore, which was weird because this was Ash's daily theme. This is how the fallout commenced, I think. Heartbreaky had one simple rule for Ash to follow while she was in Florida, which was not to drink because Heartbreaky knew how Ash would get under the influence. Heartbreaky had a son who was below the age of 10. It's understandable that she didn't want Ash to be that way.
Limit is 1 for those. Y'all better don't go till breaking. She told me not to get drunk.
Ash being the person she is, of course she didn't follow that one rule. In September, Ash started causing more drama by talking about Heartbreaky's son during a live stream. Just listen to what she says here.
She's not that special. I'm not the one who sends my 6-year-old to a bed with a bottle.
And that's why and then they end up looking like mala.
This made even more people mad at her. Other TikToker creators like Tampa Bay started calling her out for her parenting. Tampa Bay posted a TikTok criticizing Ash. It sparked a big fight. Well, Tampa flew to Texas planning to confront Ash in person. This woman, well, I should say this grown woman actually, continued staying in drama. It wasn't until later in 2024 where she went on live with a guy who claimed to be 21 but was actually later exposed for being 19. It actually happened on a live stream where police showed up at her house because people were calling in saying that they're worried about underage drinking, and the police actually confirmed that he was 19. This woman didn't think to put her phone down once during this situation. Later on, you could see Santos be visibly upset because he was just exposed for being younger than he actually was, and he was getting away with a lot of things, going to clubs and drinking, of course. I just feel like you need to see this clip of Ash trying to comfort Santos after the situation.
I can't even get walls right now, bro.
Yeah.
Stop. I got you. I told you that. I told you I got you. I got you. I got you, babe. I got you, babe. Stop. I got you. Stop. Stop.
To this day, Ash still continues to meet with younger guys and then calls it a collab.
Ash, stop moving. Ash, stop moving. No.
Double tap.
How does that make you feel? Just kidding.
Literally so weird. Ashley's messy relationships and behavior have kept people talking, with some still continuing to support her and others criticizing her. This has made her one of TikTok's most controversial creators.